All right, guys, we're back, and we've been noticing a lot of tax time splurging. We, uh, I just recently had a birthday, and we hit the mall and we had some fun, and we're seeing a lot of tax time spenders spending, just loosely, and and I thought to myself, I said, man. I wouldn't even be here if it was my birthday because I don't like going. I don't like going to spend money and things like that. I'm more of an investment type of guy, and I normally the things that I spend my money on to invest, I normally buy online. And so I was just having fun this weekend. But I seen a lot of people look, really like this is what they wanted to do with their money instead of build themselves or get out of the debt that they're already in. It looks like Americans are digging themselves even deeper. What did you think about seeing that some of just on social media and as we was out during this weekend as well, just the tax crowd?
I just think this is what we see every year, and it comes from having the poverty mindset. A lot of times, people don't look at income tax as an opportunity to grow, they look at it as a financial boost. And that correlates with that poverty mindset that was passed on, you know what I'm saying, with the lack of financial education.
I agree with that. My whole thing now that I don't get any taxes now, but if I did get taxes, my number one thing would be to reduce, my debt. That would be number one. So that's my number one thing that I would be doing with my tax money would be reducing my debt. And secondly, it would be probably putting rainy day funds away, which that's tough to do. I don't got rainy day funds myself, but I would like to reduce my debt if I was getting income tax this season.
And see, I don't know if a lot of people, I would say this, right? Let's say that you're a person who don't have a lot of debt and your rent is like, what, 200? I don't know, because I don't no longer get assistance. But if you're a person on
Oh, you're talking about
assistance,
Section 8 type
yeah,
situation.
like if you're on a person on assistance and this type of stuff, I know for me at that time, what I would do, even if I wasn't paying off debt, I would do stuff like, I know summertime coming, right? I have small children, at the time that I was on, that I had to, government help. You know what I'm saying? I would look at it like, okay, if I know I got small children and summertime coming, I'm gonna go ahead and stock up on some outfits, some clothing, you know what I'm saying? And I might buy it a size bigger because there were boys and they're growing, like that type of things. Buy one or two pair of shoes so I don't have to worry about buying no shoes no time soon for the children. That type of things. I think it's very the typical thing that we see a lot of is the people who go put down on a car, and then about fall, the car repossessed. You know what I'm saying?
Or broke down.
Or broke down, or they get out and they buy this stuff, and then now they back homeless. They got the rent and they pay rent and all this and that, but then you're back homeless. Or I think if you know that you're going to be using that for a car, I'm not saying you shouldn't use income tax for that, but I'm just saying use wisdom, have the education that comes with it. If you know that, start budgeting ahead of time with your income, how you're going, what car payment amount, you know what I'm saying? Can you not afford to go over? Let me do that. So when you do get the money and able to get the car, you're already prepared for it. You know what I'm saying?
You talking about long-term security over short-term gratification.
Yeah.
And so the short-term gratification is so easy because it's a rarity to be able to go and impulse spend. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Like I walked into the mall, I walked into the shopping center, and I got whatever my little heart desire. I impulse spent. But then, like you said, if I didn't budget at the end of the month, I'm still calling mama and them. Mm-hmm. I'm still calling, you know what I'm saying? I'm still going up here to get this same, man, I hope everybody paid their car loans off and they payday loans off. Because that's number one. That's why I was saying reduce your debt. So pay your car loan off and your payday debt off because you're going to go get another one in 2 months. So don't neglect to not pay your car loan or your payday loan off. Because now that you know what I'm saying, got yourself back in debt and you spent all the tax money, now you don't got nobody to turn to because it's embarrassing to go to turn to somebody. So at least pay your car loan and your payday loan. I would say those are two smartest things.
If you can't pay it off, pay up some car notes. Pay up some payments.
No, I'm not talking about the car
rent.
note. I'm talking about the people that some people own cars and some people go get a car loan on their
they be punting their title.
Their title loan.
Oh,
yeah, your title loan. Pay your title loan off. And definitely pay your payday loan off. But you know what I'm saying? Because in the culture, those are the top two things that we go do to try to stay afloat, you know what I'm saying, between check to check. And now we really didn't stay afloat between check to check. What it did is take more money out of each check now because we got to pay that weekly payment now as well since we went and got this title loan or this payday loan.
I would say if you do
I used to.
I would try to stay away. If you got ownership of your car, try to stay away from a title loan. I'm just saying, try to stay away from it unless you have the intentions of not really, just try to stay away from it. The goal is to break that cycle, that generational cycle of lack, of poverty, of thinking, oh, we got some money, let's just go splurge out and spend it. It's time to start moving smart. Like we said, we see this every year. We've been seeing it. I participated in some years,
What? Heavy.
Many. So it's time to stop and start doing better. When you know better, you do better.
I agree. I think now we in the future. Mm-hmm. And I think that we should invest in ourselves in some type of way. I don't care what it is. You know what I'm saying? And social media is a big thing now. Mm-hmm. So, man, invest in yourself in some type of way to where maybe your personal growth, make yourself a better, person or whatever goals you got, invest in your goals, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about goals outside of work, of course. Right. Yeah, so just whatever you like to do, whatever you do, invest in yourself. I think that should be, number one, opposed to looking at it like consumerism is not investing in yourself. Just buying the newest gadget, you know what I'm saying? Because we do like new gadgets. I want a new watch. I want a new smartwatch right now. But I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Like my little smartwatch is really good right now, and it's probably gonna last me another couple of years before I gotta make another investment like that. You know what I'm saying? So I think investing in yourself right now, along these lines, if you get a nice little tax sum, and it's something you like to do, I don't care what it is, invest in yourself and put yourself out there. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? One of the first steps to success is, you know what I'm saying, not caring what people thinks. So, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be with the same crowd doing the same thing, like you just said, buying the tax car, buying the tax clothes, and then next month, we see you and you're still in your same tax clothes, and your tax car get repossessed.
You find yourself in the same predicament.
Same predicament.
You use the money to get you a place. That lasts for so long. Then you got to use the money again to get another place. You use the money to get a car. That lasts so long. You got to use the key. And I'm totally with you as far as investing in yourself, but educate yourself. We got to start educating ourselves when it comes to finances to break that cycle of the mindset that we have. I tell you what, it's the saddest thing to see that I was able to see being out with my husband celebrating his birthday was it's not even the young people, because we, like we said, we were young. We kind of participated in that behavior, not knowing better type of behavior. But it's so sad to see that our peers, people our age, older, still doing the same thing. Let's stop. Do better.
Impulse spending without a plan.
Yeah, that part of it.
Yeah, I loved impulse spending without a plan. It's just I hated the feeling that it gave me afterwards when the impulse money gone. And we just said without a plan. Now the without a plan then kicked in, and I'm looking long-faced it. Because I just impulse spent and I don't got a plan now. Mm-hmm. That ain't the best feeling. That's a hard way to land. the people with jobs, I would say to the people with jobs during the tax season, even the people who don't get taxes during tax season, just because there's some more money out here, I think the people with jobs and 401ks should, if you're at 3%, just raise it up to 5% for the 2 months of the tax season. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Just for the 2 months of the tax season. Even though the S&P 500 is down right now, you know what I'm saying? Who cares? Even though Roth retirements are down right now, who cares? You're getting the stock for cheap now. Don't listen to what they telling you about the stock market and crash. The stock market crashing mean that you're getting stocks for free for the low now.
Right.
And if you getting some Apple stock for the low right now, you think Apple stock ain't going back up? Tesla stock then went down. Oh my God. So if you think that Elon Musk's situation ain't going back up, you buy in now. You don't pull out now. But the poverty mindset, like you said, got people pulling out now and at a deficit. Pulling out of the stock market at a deficit.
But that's what I was gonna say. Like, okay, so let's say, I know for our children, right? It's the biggest part for me is to educate yourself and to educate your kids, so we can bring a change, so we don't constantly keep seeing the same behavior in our culture year after year after year. And even with, like our children are grown. So even if you give them the advice and you try to show them and they don't want to take heed to it, still give the advice. Because guess what? One day something's going to click and it's going to make sense what you said, and they're going to move better. They're going to move differently. I personally try to I'd be trying to do too much control, I guess, because I'd be like, we're going to do this and that, and knowing they're grown and have to. So you have to just educate your children, educate your family that's around you, and make sure you educate yourself on how to do better financially to break this cycle that we have of poverty that came from our ancestors that passed along with that same mindset, because we weren't allowed to have anything. So now when we get the little money, we're ready to spend and have, no, we got to do better and start investing in ourselves and investing in our community.
Yeah, tax season can be a powerful tool for families. But, specific more over in the Black community, it just kind of create more hate and more lack.
It does, because it comes with the lack of discipline. So one thing I have learned, when you learn discipline in any area, like focus, whatever the area is that's with you that you want to work on discipline, whether it's losing weight, whether it's exercising, whether it is watching what you eat, whatever the case may be, watching your tongue, what you say. If you learn some area of discipline in any area, you can apply it. It'll be easier to apply in any, in the other areas that you may need it. And one of the things that I have read is that we lack discipline in our community. The discipline of being able to not spend, not go overboard. And that's something we got to work on as a whole.
And that's why the black dollar leaves the Black community so fast. Mm-hmm. I think in every other community, the dollar is in every other community in America for at least days, if not weeks. The black dollar is gone probably hours.
I know I heard my children say that there's a lot of young girls, they'll go out and they'll splurge on themselves and doing all this extra stuff, but then come beg for their rent and light bill. That's got to stop.
Yeah,
if you get the money, you're making the money, pay that stuff up. Do that. Work hard for the rest of it.
That ain't new.
No, it's not. But I'm just saying, I remember hearing our children say it. Yeah,
that happened in our era too, and that's still happening with people in our age range. Yeah, that's still happening right now, and it's very normal. And so I just want to speak about the tax season, because I know it's a little bag out here. You know what I'm saying? And man, if you got 5, 6, 7, 8,000, and you really need to be thinking about doing the right thing, opposed to taking that trip. I'm finna take this trip with my kids. Your kids ain't finna remember this trip. Okay, they 4, 5, and 6. They ain't finna remember the trip. Okay, invest in something so they can have a good winter. You know what I'm saying? So they can have their own room or whatever we got going on. I don't know, but it's just got to be a better way to invest in the money. If you're gonna blow the money, at least just put it in a stock or something. I mean, if you're just gonna blow the money, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't even understand blowing the money no more, even though I blew the money. So I blew the money, so I understand to the young tax season people. I get it, but you know what I'm saying, man, just put your thinking cap on.
Yes, and be careful, and who around you. Be careful who you have around you, the people you're exposed, because they all play a role in who you are and how you're going to spend and how you think. So you want to have people that's going to use wisdom, that's going to be wise, that's going to be knowledgeable of that stuff. And if you don't have it, go seek those type of people, because you don't need the person who's going to be begging for a rent but then spurging just to put on for the Facebook or social media. You don't need the people who are making terrible decisions. If they've been making this bad decision after bad decision every year, you want to kind of eventually distance yourself from these type of people, especially around this time when you have a blessing to be able to invest in yourself or become that entrepreneur, or you know what I'm saying, whatever it is that you're trying to do. You want to do that. You want those type of people around you, not the ones that's going to encourage you to take the truths and do all this in this impulsive spending.
You know, it's interesting that you brought that up. You know, they say if you take the top 5 people that you spend the most time with, and take all their incomes, add them up, divide them by 5, then that's what you probably make. And so if you know, bum Quisha over here asking for $20 2 weeks after she got her tax money, you might want to upgrade friends. You know what I'm saying? If Greg over here, you already know that he was going to try to flip your tax money, but it didn't, you know what I'm saying? He tried to flip your tax money the last 2-3 years. And he didn't even end up with a car.
And stop spending your tax money on people or on men. Stop doing that. Like, invest in yourself and your children. If you're going to splurge out on clothes and shoes, buy your kids, not the
I
men.
seen that one lady on social media give her baby dad a bag from her taxes and said that he was a really good dad and that he spent a lot of time with the kids. And I do advocate for that. If you know what I'm saying?
That's different.
If you want to give some of the funds to a person who really put in on, you know what I'm saying, the kids' lives and everything like that, I advocate for that. But if you talking about just giving men the money and you know he ain't, you know what I'm saying?
Let him talk you out of your money.
Like he ain't got nothing already. Yeah, that ain't gonna make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, keep the bums out your life. That's
that
what I think.
part.
Yeah. I think tax season is a really good time. It's cutoff season too.
Ooh, that's good.
Tax season should be cutoffs. Should be known as cutoff season. I'll cut you off real quick if I see that now you acting like this because I got $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah, don't be extra.
Yeah, don't be extra.
Don't be trying to do the most. Don't come, no.
Yeah. If she y'all normally just eat McDonald's and Burger King, and this week, the whole week, she want to eat Cheddar's and what's the Olive Garden and all these places that cost a little bag, man, cut off, man.
All right.
Yeah. But what else? Was it something else? I think we had something else on tax season. I don't know. Let me look.
That's what I have is shifting, the mindset, because that's the biggest point of that is the reason people are using tax season to blow money instead of to use it to growth is because of the poverty mindset. It's nobody's fault, you know what I'm saying, except for the lack of education. And we have no one to blame for these habits but ourselves. So we have to do better.
So you make an emphasis on some of the tax money being blown. Is you're blaming it? I mean, not blaming it, but your reason is the poverty mindset.
Yes,
I think
absolutely.
That's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm right with that. Yeah,
we have to. That's the cycle we got to break. It came from slavery, from our ancestors, the way they think. So you'd have heard the saying they acting like they ain't got nothing or this and that, and we have for centuries.
Because I'm a root issue guy.
Yeah.
Straight up, and I like going to the root of an issue, of a problem, and what's the root of, and that do sound like the root issue. My closing is just bad stewardship. It ain't just spending the tax money. Bad stewardship. It's all about missing opportunities to build a bigger bag as well. You know what I'm saying? So if the Lord done blessed you with some bag, you know what I'm saying, some good tax season money, and you're gonna be a bad steward over it, then I mean, what do you expect? You gonna keep expecting God to bless you with this, and then you keep blowing it? You know what I'm saying? So it only lasts so long, guys, and they grow up quick. They grow the child tax credit ends quick. It happens quick.
I know.
Okay, I'm here to tell you, I still feel young, and I ain't no child tax credit. I'm here to tell you. So, all right, guys, man, y'all have a good one. Like, subscribe, and watch this video right here.
And that's major.
That's major.